When we think of inventors, we often picture seasoned scientists or engineers working in high-tech labs. But some of the most groundbreaking and profitable ideas in history have come from unexpected minds: children. Yes, kids with their boundless creativity and unique perspectives have managed to create products that not only changed lives, but also raked in millions. From toys that became household names to ingenious solutions for everyday problems, these young inventors proved that age is no barrier to innovation. Let's dive into the stories of 6 incredible inventions by children that made millions. Number 1. The popsicle, a sweet accident that became a global sensation. It all started in 1905 when 11-year-old Frank Epperson stumbled upon an idea that would change the world of frozen treats forever. Frank, living in Oakland, California, had a sweet tooth and a love for experimenting with flavors. One cold winter evening, he accidentally left a mixture of soda water and powdered flavoring outside, with a stirring stick still in the cup. By morning, the cold temperatures had frozen the mixture solid, and Frank had a frozen treat on a stick, a prototype of the modern popsicle. Initially, young Frank enjoyed his accidental invention as a personal snack. But as he grew older, he realized this treat had commercial potential. It wasn't until 1923, when Frank was 29, that he filed for a patent for his Epsicle, a combination of his name and icicle. His children, however, began calling it a Pops Cycle, leading to the now iconic name Popsicle. Frank's simple invention resonated because of its accessibility and fun. Kids loved the vibrant flavors, and parents appreciated the affordability. By the mid-20th century, popsicles had become a staple of childhood summers across the United States. The brand expanded, introducing double popsicles, creamsicles, and a variety of new flavors. Today, popsicles are owned by consumer goods giant Unilever and generate millions in annual sales. What began as a child's frozen experiment has become a global icon, proving that even small, happy accidents can lead to massive success. Number 2. Crayon holders, solving a childhood problem with $1 million idea. At just 10 years old, Cassidy Goldstein was facing a common childhood frustration: broken crayons. Like many kids, Cassidy loved to color, but the tiny, unusable stubs left behind by broken crayons always seemed like a waste. Instead of tossing them aside, she wondered, what if there was a way to make these broken pieces usable again? Determined to solve the problem, Cassidy started experimenting with ways to hold the broken crayon pieces securely. After some tinkering, she came up with the idea of small, clear plastic tubes that could grip the crayon pieces and allow them to be used like a full crayon. These holders not only extended the life of crayons, but also made them easier to use for kids with small hands. Cassidy's invention caught the attention of manufacturers and parents alike. Recognizing the value of her idea, she patented the crayon holders and partnered with manufacturers to bring them to market. Schools, daycare centers, and parents loved the product, and sales skyrocketed. By addressing a simple, everyday problem, Cassidy created a product that not only reduced waste, but also encouraged creativity among children. The crayon holder became $1 million idea, proving that even small innovations can have a big impact. Number 3. The trampoline, from a teenage experiment to a multi-billion-dollar industry. In the 1930s, 16-year-old George Nissen, a high school gymnast, had a vision. Frustrated with the limitations of traditional gym mats, George dreamed of creating something that would allow him to practice flips and aerial maneuvers more safely and effectively. Using canvas, a metal frame, and springs salvaged from a junkyard, George built the first prototype of the trampoline in his parents' garage. The name trampoline was inspired by the Spanish word trampolin, meaning diving board. George's invention quickly gained popularity among his friends and fellow gymnasts, and he realized its potential as both a training tool and a recreational product. George's big break came during a college tour when he began showcasing his invention as part of a traveling acrobatics act. Audiences were captivated, and soon schools, circuses, and gyms began adopting the trampoline. By the 1940s, George had turned his invention into a thriving business. Trampolines became a household item, a staple of backyards across the United States, and eventually an Olympic sport. Today, the trampoline industry is worth billions, and George's invention is enjoyed by millions around the world. Number 4. Wristies, a simple fix for cold hands. It was a cold winter day in New Hampshire when 10-year-old Catherine Gregory faced a frustrating issue. While playing outside in the snow, she noticed that no matter how well she bundled up, cold air and snow always found their way into the gap between her gloves and coat sleeves. Determined to fix this, Catherine started experimenting with fleece fabric to create a sleeve extension that would cover her wrists and keep the cold out. The result was wristies, simple fleece sleeves worn under gloves that bridge the gap and provide extra warmth. The design was ingenious in its simplicity, and Catherine's friends and family quickly became her first customers. Catherine patented wristies and began selling them locally. The product gained traction when outdoor enthusiasts, skiers, and hikers discovered their usefulness. Over time, wristies expanded into larger markets and became a favorite among people in cold climates. Catherine's invention brought in millions in revenue, all because she solved a problem many didn't even realize they had. Number 5. Braille, changing the world at just 12 years old. Louis Braille was just 12 years old when he invented a system that would revolutionize how blind and visually impaired individuals communicate. Born in France in 1809, Louis lost his sight at a young age due to a tragic accident. Frustrated by the limited options for reading and writing available to blind individuals, Louis began working on a tactile system inspired by a military cryptography code called night writing. Over months of trial and error, Louis developed a simplified system using raised dots arranged in patterns to represent letters, numbers, and punctuation. His system, which came to be known as Braille, was easy to learn and adaptable to any language. Although Louis didn't profit from his invention during his lifetime, Braille eventually became the universal standard for tactile writing. Modern Braille technology, including refreshable Braille displays and typewriters, generates millions in revenue annually. Louis's invention not only transformed the lives of millions of visually impaired people, but also created an industry dedicated to accessibility and inclusivity. Number 6. The safety pin, a revolutionary idea, born from necessity. Sometimes, genius arises out of the simplest of needs. In the early 19th century, 12-year-old Walter Hunt, a young tinkerer growing up in rural America, faced a common frustration while sewing. There was no secure way to fasten fabric temporarily without struggling with loose threads or knots. His solution? A small, spring-loaded pin that could hold fabric securely, yet safely avoid pricking the user's fingers. Walter was known for his inquisitive mind and his love of inventing. One day, while watching his mother struggle with sewing, he decided to create a better way. Using a thin strip of brass wire, he bent the metal into a simple design that could fasten materials together. He added a spring mechanism and a clasp to hold the sharp tip, ensuring it wouldn't hurt the user. Thus, the safety pin was born. Although he was young, Walter's understanding of basic mechanics and user safety was astonishing. His creation wasn't just functional, it was versatile and foolproof. Walter's safety pin quickly gained attention in his small town. It became an instant hit among tailors and households, offering a solution to everyday sewing challenges. As word spread, local merchants began commissioning Walter to make more safety pins. The demand soared, and what started as a homemade solution became a widely manufactured product. By the time Walter reached adulthood, he had secured a patent for the safety pin and partnered with manufacturers to scale production. Though he sold the rights to the safety pin for a mere $400, a significant amount at the time, the product went on to become a global sensation, earning millions in sales. And there you have it, 5 incredible stories, plus one bonus, of young inventors whose ideas changed the world and made millions. These stories aren't just about inventions. They're about the boundless creativity and determination of kids who saw the world differently. So, the next time you see a young person sketching a wild idea, building something out of scraps, or just asking, why not? Remember, they might just be creating the next big thing. And who knows, maybe their invention will be featured in a future video like this. If you enjoyed this deep dive into young inventors and their million-dollar ideas, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more amazing content. Let us know in the comments which story inspired you the most, or if you have an invention of your own waiting to change the world.